Let me connect with y'all through this message right quick. Know what I'm saying? You love the streets, but the streets don't love you. Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about you love the streets, but the streets don't love you. Know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. This one right here, bro, it's a lot of people who struggle with this, bro. Know what I'm saying? A lot of people stuck in the streets, and they stuck in, like, you know what I'm saying, street activity, bro. They could be in a gang, bro, and they just stuck in this concept of the street loves them, bro. And they really struggle with this, bro. Know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, you could love the streets, but the streets don't even love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could love the streets and you could love the street activities, bro. And you might be, you know what I'm saying? You might be thinking like this is the only way, this is your only home, bro. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Jesus has a better way, bro. You love the streets, but the streets don't even love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, the devil out here in these streets. Y'all know how it is. When you're dealing with like street activity and gang activity, bro, the devil is active in these streets, bro. The devil has a maximum loadout, critical damage, waiting for you in the streets, man. Or you gonna outsmart the devil in his own street? The devil out here controlling the streets, right? And all these wicked street activities, right? But you gonna outsmart the devil in his own street. So let me get this straight. You don't want nothing to do with God, bro. But you think like the streets is the better option, man. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I done seen so many people, bro, and they willing to die behind this stuff, bro. They willing to hold on to the streets until they hit the lake of fire, bro. You really love the streets so much to whereas you are willing to get thrown into the lake of fire. You willing to get thrown into a lake of eternal torment because you love the streets. You know what I'm saying? You willing to get thrown into hell because you love the streets. Because when you love the streets and when you love all this activity that going on in the streets out here, bro, man, it's like you love the devil, bro. Because the devil out here controlling and running these streets, bro. So you gonna go into the devil's playground and the devil's territory and outsmart the devil. First of all, how can you outsmart the devil if you're rejecting God? You already lost. If you're rejecting God's calling for your life, you're not outsmarting the devil. You already lost. Because that's the devil's whole mission in the first place, is to get you to the devil's mission in the first place is to get you to not step into God's calling for your life. The devil doesn't want you to turn your life around and to step into God's calling for your life. So if the devil could get you to stay away from God's calling for your life, he already won. So there is no winning in the streets, bro. And bro, these people's loyalty to the streets, bro, is crazy, bro. I'm like, bro, you could literally sit down and talk to these people, bro, and be like, hey, bro, you do know that when you love the streets more than you love God and you're rejecting God's calling for your life, because you got to understand, some of these people in the streets that be active, they be really chosen by God, bro. They be really heavily anointed by God in the future. They just got to tap into their purpose so God could unlock that anointing. Know what I'm saying? They anointed in the future, bro. They just got to tap into their calling, bro. But as of right now, bro, you could literally talk to them. Hey, bro, stop loving the streets more than you love God, bro. God has something better for you. But you want to know, some of them, they be thinking like the streets are more fun, bro. The fast women are more fun. The fast money is more fun. They going after that fast cash, that fast money, the murder music. That's more fun. But I'm like, bro, this is why we need to renew our minds, bro. Because I'm gonna be real with you, bro. When you renew your mind, bro, this stuff is no longer fun, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, when you allow God to renew your mind and to cleanse out your spirit, bro, and to change your heart, bro, this stuff is no longer fun, bro. But this is what people consider fun. A lot of people consider walking with God boring. And a lot of people consider God's calling for their life boring. But let me be real with you. In God's calling for your life, know what I'm saying? In God's calling for your life, you could be yourself. You could make your walk with God fun. You could make your calling with God fun. Know what I'm saying? You could literally come into God's kingdom and be yourself. You don't have to copy somebody else, man. Man, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. The realest followers of God, man, they done came from the street. The people who really walking with God right now in their calling, they done came from the street. And bro, they gangsters for God, bro. They gangsters for God, bro. Instead of being gangsters for the devil, bro, they gangsters for God now. They still being themselves, but they just have a renewed mindset. But at the same time, they still street smart. They still smart. Like, they still wise, bro, against the devil, bro. They still, bro, they still strategic, bro. They still smart. They still out here out strategizing the devil. They still themselves, but it's like God renewed different things about them. You know what I'm saying? And God really changed their entire life around, bro. But they still themselves, bro. They still can't be played with. You still can't run up on them and playing with them. You still can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You could still, bro, I'm telling you, you could still be yourself and walk with God, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. You could still be yourself and bro, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I be myself too. When I'm walking with God, bro, I'm being myself. Man, I don't be letting nobody mess with me and this and that, bro. I don't even be doing all that. That thou shalt turn, bro, turning the other cheek and all this. Hell no, bro. I don't even believe in that. I'm trying to say, I don't believe in turning the other cheek. I don't believe in none of that, bro. I would be real with you. Hey, that's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? I believe in standing up for yourself. I believe in self-defense, standing up for yourself, and this and that. So you could literally be yourself, but it's like you just gotta let God transform you, bro. And God, you gotta let God transform your heart and to transform your mind, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. But the way these people love the streets is like, they love for the streets is heavy, bro. So let me get this straight. You love the streets more than you love God, but yet you gonna stand in front of God on Judgment Day? Bro, on Judgment Day, you don't stand in front of the streets on Judgment Day. On Judgment Day, you're not standing in front of the streets. You're standing in front of God. And look though, how you gonna explain to God? And then look though, when you in the streets heavy, y'all know that anxiety to whereas you have ops and this and that, bro, you could die at any minute. So literally you playing like a dangerous game. You love the streets. You could die at any second. And when you die, you're standing in front of God right away, just like that. Before you know it, just a few moments later, you're standing in front of God. So let me get this straight. So you love the streets and you don't love God, but you could die at any second and you're standing in front of God. You're not standing in front of the streets. So now what you gonna do? So now you gotta get thrown into this lake of fire where you're gonna be burning forever. So now you're gonna get thrown into the lake of fire where you're burning forever. Like talking about like worse than 3rd-degree burns, worse than 4th-degree burns for eternity, bro. You burning, bro. You burning, constant torment and pain. What the Bible say, they shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, bro. That's where you going, bro, because you love the streets. You know the devil is like a street general. The devil out here has a critical loadout. For the people out here, they think that they smarter than the devil. They think they could love the streets more than they love God. You is not outsmarting the devil in his own game, bro. You is not out strategizing the enemy. The devil is like a evil street general with a full loadout on how to destroy you and how to keep you away from God. The devil is going to do everything in his power to keep you away from God. And that's why you see when people from the streets is like, when people from the streets is trying to change their life around and come to God, bro, man, the devil is attacking them so much. But look though, if you could be a soldier for the street, and you could be gangster for the street, you could be soldier for God, bro. You could take the hits of the devil, bro. Oh yeah, the devil gonna attack you when you try to turn your life around to God. He gonna come after you. But look though, you was holding it down when you was in the street for the devil. So now you gotta hold it down for God, bro. So now you really gotta stand on business for God and be like, hey, the devil gonna come after me because I'm trying to change my life around, but I'm gonna keep going, bro. I'm gonna keep rocking with God, bro. I'm gonna stay loyal to God, bro. So you was gangster for the street, but you cannot be gangster for God? What is going? How can you be gangster for the street, but you cannot be gangster for God, bro? Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Peace.